Hello, thanks for stopping by Flea's Bourbon Journey. Today I'm coming to you on location, without all my lighting, without my fancy microphones, just me and my phone camera doing our thing. What I'm bringing you today is Breckenridge Whiskey Sherry Cask Finish. Now this comes from batch number 6. Okay, it's produced and bottled by Breckenridge Distillery in Breckenridge, Colorado. And it comes in at 45% alcohol by volume, which is 90 proof. It's a high rye bourbon mash aged for a minimum of 3 years in charred new American oak barrels finished in sherry casks. I purchased this bottle in Pueblo, Colorado yesterday. And I bought it because I have yet to find a sherry cask finish whiskey that I didn't care for. Every one of them I've tried, I've actually found to be pretty enjoyable. So this is actually going to be a fresh crack first try, okay? Those of you that know me, you know my tastes pretty much lean towards the wheated stuff and not towards the rye stuff, but take a look at my Bishop's Castle glass. Picked that up a couple days ago, Bishop's Castle, Colorado. Having a lot of fun on this trip. Seeing a lot of things, meeting a lot of people, and apparently relearning how to pour whiskey. So here it is. And again, if you know me, you know that a fresh crack, I always like to give it about 15 minutes or so. Let it breathe a little bit. Stay tuned, and you'll hear my thoughts on Breckenridge Whiskey Sherry Cask Finish. Be right back. Okay, we're back. So it's been a little over 15 minutes ago since we poured the Breckenridge. And let's see what the nose thinks on this one. Have any of you ever had this particular Breckenridge variation in the sherry casks? Let me know what you thought if you've had it. I haven't seen it outside of Colorado. I'm, as you know, from the Omaha, Nebraska area, and haven't seen it around there. So I figured while I'm local in Colorado here, try some local stuff. Let's see what the nose thinks. Okay, so on the nose, I'm picking up a bit of a floral note, followed by almost a butterscotch. And then I'm picking up that rye spice a little bit from the rye and the mash. It's a little heavier than I normally would like on a whiskey, so we'll see if the palate agrees with the nose. The nose is a little less than flattered. But then you also pick up on the end of the nose, you pick up some dark fruit, obviously from the sherry casks, which is one of the reasons that you would do that, is to get some of that dark fruit infused. Overall, it's a good nose. I could do without the rye spice there, but a lot of you out there are like that. Let's see what the palate thinks. Okay, let me start by saying that, as is typical for a younger whiskey, the heat is kind of there throughout. Now, it's not overwhelming, but the heat is definitely there. It's 90 proof, and it drinks like 90 proof. I wouldn't use the word smooth. But I also wouldn't use the word ethanol or harsh with this one. It's like just the right amount of heat in there. Keeps your attention. So at the very front, I mentioned a butterscotch kind of aroma. It is a buttery flavor, like with an oak with it. So it's the flavors of oak and butter together. Not like butterscotch, but like oak and butter together. There's not really an example for oak and butter together. I guess if you aged butter in oak barrels. If any of you out there have a barrel you want to age some butter in, let me know. Maybe we can find a farmer to donate some butter. Who knows? Could be the next big thing. But that oak and that butter up front, again, with the heat, and it's not super complex. In the middle, I'm getting rye spice. But the rye spice is shorter lived than the dark fruit finish. So you got oak and butter with some heat into some rye spice. And before the rye spice is gone, you get the dark fruit coming in. And then the dark fruit just kind of settles it back down from the rye. I feel like it's a very good blend. And it's a small batch. It's not single barrel. It's not blended with other whiskeys. It's its own product, but it is reminiscent of some of the blended things that I've had before. I like this. I'm not surprised that I like it, other than the fact that it has as much rye in the mash bill, high rye mash bill. I have to say that products like this might eventually turn me around on my thoughts about rye. Maybe I just haven't had the right rye yet. So those of you that are wondering, the location that I'm in is the Cripple Creek, Colorado Hospitality House. It is rated very high on TripAdvisor, and the staff here could not be more nice. Everybody from the front desk to the owners to the sanitation staff, everybody has been beyond wonderful. The area is beautiful. You're within a short distance of a working gold mine that you can actually take a tour in. And this used to be an old hospital. And what they did, they converted it into rooms to be used as places to stay. But they left the names on the doors, like recovery, maternity, operating, isolation, and so on. Now, I definitely recommend them. I will caution you though, there are not refrigerators in the rooms. There are not air conditioners in the rooms. They do provide a fan if you ask for it, no big deal. And they use Dish Network, which has worked the majority of our stay. Just know what you're getting into. We're thoroughly enjoying our stay here. We even did some laundry today. So if you get a chance and you're heading out into Colorado area, check out the Hospitality House in Cripple Creek, Colorado. And while you're in Colorado, make sure you pick you up a bottle of Breckenridge Sherry Cask Finish, because it is definitely a drinker. And I would honestly rate this a 8 out of 13. I would say it falls right in the middle. It's not great, it's not horrible. I would definitely drink this any day of the week. Well, folks, thanks for stopping by Flea's Bourbon Journey. I hope that you're enjoying your bourbon journey. If you like this video, give it a like. If you know someone else who'd like it, don't forget to share this video. And if you want to see what I do next, on which location, just kidding, we'll be home shortly. But if you want to see what I do next, please remember to subscribe, and also make sure you leave me some comments below. I love getting feedback from you guys. That's how we share this journey together, is through that feedback. I love hearing from you, and I love being able to share with you. Again, thanks for joining Flea's Bourbon Journey. Stay safe.